interesting title.
Oh my god!
It's the dead wife!
I just scared! It's the dead wife! Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers. I'm Brenda.
I'm Renee. Hello.
And this is our first time hosting ZULA Answers together.
Exciting.
But I've actually watched Big Sis
Oh.
quite often. So if you all haven't watched it, click the link down below to watch. So today's episode, right, we'll be talking about girl codes.
Ooh.
So we'll be reacting to stories about people breaking the girl code.
Oh my gosh.
And we have to rate it. Okay, so we need to choose an emoji. 5 emojis means the person has stuck to the girl code.
Oh, okay.
But 0 emojis mean the person is a...
Is a CB.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Wow,
What emoji
my one
is?
I shy to say there because
Why?
I damn millennial and outdated. But you know last time they always like to use the 100 emoji
Oh.
to show that you are keeping it 100.
Okay, let's do
Oh
that,
my
man.
god,
Let's do
yeah.
that.
Okay, I'm
Because
really showing my age here.
before we dive into our first story,
Yes.
right, what are some examples of girl codes that you uphold?
Girl code like means what? Cannot be tunnel sister with your friend.
Okay, that's one. So like if my friend
Ah.
has been together with this guy before, right, I won't be together with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was like in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Then I got a crush on this cute Korean boy. Then my bestie, she was like, "Oh, you like him? Okay." And then for Valentine's Day, we had arts and craft activity to go and make a Valentine's Day card. Then she was like, "I'm gonna give mine to Samuel." Then I'm like, "For what? He's my crush." Then he's like, "I don't know, just feel like it." Then she gave him, and then he fell head over heels in love with her. Meanwhile, I was chasing him for like 3 months prior. And then like even other girls were like, "Why did you do that?" And she was like, "I don't know."
Oh my god, she's a bitch, Why? Since young already, so 贱. Okay, I think our standards of girl codes pretty similar. I have one more. So if I don't know if you're gonna call me petty for this. If I'm enemies with another girl,
Oh!
I'll expect my friend to be enemies with the person also. It's not as important to me as the first one I mentioned just now, but last time when I was younger, I took this damn seriously. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't like the person, you better not even like talk.
Now that we have like adult friendships, I feel like they will overlap somehow. So I cannot say like, okay, Dada, you have to choose one side. As long as my criteria is as long as you don't use stuff that I tell you in confidence as gossip fodder. That one is like really like, wow, crossing a line.
Oh my god, I'm very excited for the episode already because it's only the intro, but we are talking so much. Okay, without further ado, let's start on the first story. It's titled Backstabber.
Wow.
Oh, exciting already. I'm a 30-year-old female living with my 24-year-old roommate. We moved in together in April and have been becoming great friends. We often hike together. She helps with my dogs. We are each other's dates to things, etc. Also, we are both single. About a month ago, a 26-year-old man started working with me. I thought he was cute, but he's 4 years younger than me, so I was never planning on doing anything with that information. A week after he met me, he told another co-worker, who is close friends with my roomie, that he was interested in me. Him and I had barely gotten to know each other, so I wrote it off as he just thought I was cute but would find out I was 30 and lose interest. Instead, I told my roommate that he was super cool and that they'd maybe hit it off. A couple of weeks later, my roomie and I got pretty drunk at a party, so I texted the cute man that we were at a bar and to come out. Shockingly, he made an appearance. I was drunk and distracted, hanging out with my other friends, while my roommate and this man sat next to each other and spent like 2 to 3 hours talking. At the end of the night, he didn't ask for her number and she was bummed, but talked about him the whole ride home. Our mutual friend talked to him after that night and asked him what he thought about my roommate, to which he responded he wasn't interested, but would be down to be friends with her.
A couple days later, my roommate and I went on a hike and she spoke almost entirely about him. She was very clearly into him. Shortly after, I received a text from him saying, "Would you want to go on a date? I really enjoy being around you and I haven't been interested in anyone for a while until I met you. But obviously we work together, so I completely understand if you'd rather not." I was surprised but also extremely flattered. It's hard not to be when a cute, nice guy sends you a text like that. Put on my big girl pants and brought it up to my roommate and see what she thought. Her reaction was, "Well, I guess he's not getting either of us." To which I responded that I actually was curious about going on a date with him. She said it was fine and that we could be mature about it. I told her the likelihood of us actually getting along was slim because I'm 30, have 2 dogs, haven't dated in a year since my 3-year relationship ended, and I came to the realization I'm very picky and would rather be alone than unhappy with someone. We went on a date. It honestly was just okay, and when I got home from it, my roomie asked how it went. I told her I didn't really feel it, but I'm glad I put myself out there and went on a date for the first time in a year. But then, he and I continued to text, and we started to develop feelings for each other. One night, I ended up crashing at his place after staying up talking to each other. ... Okay, means they piak.
Yeah.
When I came home the next day, I could tell she was upset. I finally addressed it after a few days, and she vented that she felt like I backstabbed her. I was really put off because from my perspective, this guy has been vocal about what he's wanted since day one. But from her perspective, she was told by both our mutual friend and me that they would hit it off, and she feels she never even got a shot with him because of me. So I'm curious what everyone's perspective is from confused roommate. Okay, your roommate is cuckoo bananas. You get that 26-year-old D. What a salty bitch. Like what? He don't even like you.
But she doesn't know, you see. She doesn't know that he doesn't like her.
Oh.
And maybe, right, because
yeah,
he told the colleague that he doesn't like her, but she doesn't know.
Okay.
Like, based off that 2 to 3 hour conversation, the roomie might have misinterpreted as, oh my god, let's go on a date, you like me.
But this OP is very nice because
Yeah.
she hold back on a lot of information, which, like, if she were to say bluntly, it would hurt the roommate. Like, if she were to say, like, he got say that he very interested in me and no one else, so that includes you.
But I think the OP also has a bit of fault. Because she was the one who felt that they won't have anything in the beginning. So she went to tell the roomie that like, I think y'all can hit it off. Then suddenly they hit it off already, then they go on a date. They both didn't communicate well.
Okay.
So that's why the decision making wasn't very good. And also, I feel like they really didn't care about each other.
Oh, okay.
Like how each other would think. That's why they just went to make decisions on their own. Once my friend tell me they're interested in the guy, I won't even think about it.
Oh.
Like it will just straight away, like there's a switch in my head, it will just turn off. So my story would have ended in 2 paragraphs.
Stop!
But then because they decided to make it like complicated,
Yeah.
so it became like super long.
I feel like she's going about it thinking she has some sort of priority or dibs on the guy, even though the guy is not interested. But I think to her, it isn't as clear that he is no longer seeing her as a potential like date, and maybe she thinks like, oh, he was on his way to maybe developing feelings for me, then my 30-year-old roommate come and swoop in and steal him. But the way that OP went to like offer him up, also like very cavalier.
The fact that a guy can come in here and just rack the both of them up like that,
in
it really
the
shows
span
that
of days.
it really shows that they are not as close as they think they
Yeah.
are. So this is our perspective. Sorry, but I don't think you are that close.
Yeah. The girl code don't even have chance to be established because it's
Yeah.
so surface level where it's like you meet him, then you talk to him a few hours, then you somehow think that you have like the right to call dibs on him. Also, the hike sounds a bit torturous if she keeps talking about him. They're like, shut up.
Alright, so let's rate the story. I think we have different ratings. Maybe you share your rating first.
I'll give it like 4 out of 5.
Oh, actually same.
It's like quite closely adhered to whatever girl code there is, but the only thing I would minus points is that maybe she shouldn't have offered the guy up first. Then when he expressed interest, and she's like, actually, then it will like mess with the roommates' like expectations and stuff and get her all excited, which is not nice for anyone lah.
For me, it's a 4 out of 5 as well, but different explanation.
Oh.
For me, it's because there was no girl code to begin with. Like, their friendship is just not strong enough to have girl code. So 4 out of 5, like nothing was broken in my opinion. Alright, the next story is titled "That's Not Mine!" Exclamation mark. I, F32, was accused by my sister-in-law, F34, technically my brother's 15-year-long on and off girlfriend, of breaking girl code because I didn't claim ownership of her pregnancy test. Huh?
Her pea-soaked pregnancy test? Who the frick is gonna claim ownership?
Last Saturday, I hosted a family get-together. At the end of the night, I went to use my personal bathroom. To my surprise, I found a positive pregnancy test sitting on top of my tampon box. What?
First of all, that's unsanitary. What the fuck is
Oh
wrong
my
with you?
god, and that's weird. I would have kept quiet about it honestly, if not for my paranoid husband who just got his vasectomy 2 years ago. So I showed him the pregnancy test and assured him that it was not mine. This could have sent him spiraling if he had found out before me. So I was mad and got on the family chat with a picture and asked if someone was attempting to be funny. My mum hopped on immediately and stated it wasn't hers.
No shit.
Which started the rest of the women chiming in with how it can't be theirs. All except this particular sister-in-law, who texted later and suggested it was maybe one of my older niece's tests. The group chat got quiet after that. 3 days passed and my brother-in-law sent a text to the chat asking if we got the mystery solved, which started a whole conversation about how those with old enough girls determined it didn't belong to their daughter. During that, this sister-in-law texted me directly and explained how she didn't want my brother finding out about the baby until she had decided to keep the pregnancy and how to announce it to him if she did. So she took the test and hid it in my house.
That's normal. I'm so blessed that I don't have such cookie shenanigans in my family situation.
Yeah! I told her she knew our situation with my husband's vasectomy and his paranoia, and that this was a terrible thing to do to us right now, and not to mention my nieces have all appeared to have been talked to because of her. Before she answered me, I sent a text to the group and said, mystery solved. She then privately messaged me asking that I pretend it was a test left over from my pregnancy, but by that point, everyone in the group chat had figured out the only person left
Love that.
could be. She then sent a long message to the group asking if we felt good ruining her plans, and a private message to me saying I broke girl code and should have just ditched the test somewhere my husband couldn't find, and that she just wasted $100 on her surprise for my brother. She hasn't answered any of us yet. My brother said she's still cursing all of us, but he's just embarrassed with how everything went down.
I think the main issue here is that the brother still wants to be with this 小杂货.
Yeah, the fact that she had to do it in such a weird manner shows that, in the first place, she doesn't want to get pregnant.
Also, why she don't want to throw in the bin?
Yeah.
Why she just anyhow put there? This is the kind of people who
weird.
like lao in people's house and don't flush.
I don't know how this sister-in-law is gonna attend family gatherings from now on.
There's no going back. I think she should just end the relationship because now the whole family know and then everyone hates you and you look like a clown.
And the funny thing is, if they decide to still stay together and the baby is born, then next time they bring the baby,
yeah,
then like, this is the baby that she
my God,
actually don't want.
Now cannot break out, got baby.
Yeah.
Oh dear. She could have at the very least salvaged it and say like, okay guys, I don't know what I was thinking, I was not in the correct headspace. But she go and scold them and say like, oh, you ruined my plans, you feel good.
Maybe let's think about how the OP handled the situation.
Okay.
Do you think it was right for her to send the picture in the group chat where everyone was inside?
Okay, so she wrote like, I was mad and got on the family chat. So she was like fueled by emotions, and understandably so. It's something that is very jarring to find, right? And it's your home, your safe space, and also her personal bathroom, not even her guest bathroom. So like, fuck the sister-in-law anyhow. And I also think that she did it for convenience sake, because it sounds like her family is quite big. So I don't know how she would go about like one by one messaging, and also it's a bit awkward if let's say like she accused them, then they will like react with like unhappiness. And I feel like for the most part, like when the mom and the other lady say like, oh no, not me, it's the most straightforward way of answering, just that she didn't bank on the fact that the actual perpetrator would lie and still go and like push blame. This is such a shitty situation. I feel bad. The sister-in-law is so like evil vibes.
Let's rate this story.
I'll give it a 5. She did nothing wrong.
Same, I'll give it a 5 as well. The OP really, I think she did the best she could to resolve the situation. The sister-in-law is the one that's crazy.
Yes, so for the next one, it's called RIP Girl Code. I, female 27 years old, started dating male 26-year-old. We will call him Joe. 6 months ago. He lost his wife last year. We all went to high school together and they graduated a year after I did. Joe and I worked together but didn't really hang out. I never had feelings for him then. When she passed away, I told him if he needed anything for himself or the kids, he could message me. About 2 months after his wife passed away, he messaged me asking if he could come over and talk. I told him, of course. It was 10 p.m. at night. He came over for about an hour and we just talked and drank a couple drinks. Fast forward a few weeks and I invited him out with a group of friends to go dancing. He came out but didn't seem to be having fun and ended up leaving 20 minutes into being at the club. Later found out it was because he thought my friend was hitting on me and he got jealous. Mind you, he would text me every so often to ask for some advice or just have someone to vent to. He had asked me out several times, but I told him no because I didn't feel like it was right. I started to have feelings for him, but pushed the thought away because I felt guilty that I could have such feelings for a friend's husband even though she had passed. About 6 months after she passed, he invited me out to the bar with his friends, where he introduced me as his girlfriend. Hold on a damn minute, you delusional man.
Oh my god!
I did not know he was going to do this. I thought he was just trying to get his friends off his back because they were telling him he needed to get out there. So I played along. I ended up getting drunk that night and so did he. We ended up at my place that night and it kind of went from there. Wow, the wife's ghost is in the corner of the room.
That was what I was thinking. Like, I would never, because like, I don't want to get haunted.
Oh, yo. Interesting title.
Oh my god! It's the dead wife! I just scared! It's the dead wife!
After that night, I told him it couldn't happen again. We stayed friends and still hung out with the same group of friends and stayed in contact. Later on, he told me how he felt and he ended up splitting up with a girl he was dating because he wanted to try to date me. I talked with several of my friends and family and told them what was going on. While some feel like it's shitty of me, most feel like we are both grown adults and should be happy. All of our kids get along, and he's amazing with my kids as well. And though I never want to take his kids' mother's spot, I still treat them as my own and I love them very much. We have officially started dating about 6 months ago, and I'm head over heels for him. I still feel guilty, and now her family has attacked me through social media and threatened to unalive me. That escalated like crazy because Joe and I are now publicly dating. OP's note. For those saying he moved on fast, him and his wife had talked about if one or the other ever passed, they had 30 days to grieve and then move on for the kids. He still talks about her and keeps her memory alive.
The fact that he and his wife had an agreement, fine, means he didn't like break any promise or whatever, and the wife is totally fine with him moving on. But personally, I feel that I would have taken way more than 6 months to get over my partner who passed away. I think I would own self pass away. I go and sleep also.
But I feel like in terms of girl code, she didn't break it because he's the one who say my deceased wife gave me the green light.
Correct.
And he's the one who pursue. If anything, she still like got refute at the start, and she refuted quite actively, and it was only after quite a drawn out period that she was like, okay, I guess let's give it a shot. I just got the title, the fact that it's called RIP Girl Code is because that person died.
Yeah, like really died. Personally, for me, I think there's nothing wrong with dating a widow or widower, as long as they are ready to move on. Yeah, because who's to say that they are not deserving of love after they have lost someone they loved or still loves?
Yeah. Also, OP is not really just a rebound because the Joe got go and like date other girl, and it's really still OP that he can connect with best. I always tell my partner like he cannot die before me, if not I'll kill myself.
Oh my god, I have the same thought. I think you're psychotic. Oh my god!
I just cannot like live.
Yeah.
But I will definitely go and like watch him with other girls as a ghost.
Same. No, because I want to make sure that the girl is right.
Oh really?
And not some bitch.
Okay.
Why? What are you watching for?
For me, it's like maybe I will like haunt the girl. See the vibe first.
Time to read the story.
I
would say 5 also. She didn't break the girl code at all here.
And I think it's like quite a good situation for everyone involved.
Very harmonious, no like psycho people.
Yes.
The wife and the husband also already made an agreement, set a time frame where they can grieve, and the husband like abided by it. What?
Yeah.
I think only about 6 months later then he asked her out. So the next story is titled Friend or Foe. So I, 17 female, have a friend who we'll call A. Now in the past, A was totally screwed over by B. They used to be the closest of friends, but when B found out A liked him, he freaked out and ghosted her out of the blue. A pretty dick move. Along with that, he did some shitty things to other people, such as sharing private information and stuff like that. Since then, A hasn't been able to do so much as look at B because he caused so many problems for her and months of frustration. To my understanding, it has been over a year since this whole ordeal, and suddenly I find myself chatting with B a whole lot more. What the fuck? Isn't he already a red flag?
Plot twist!
We just happen to be in the same class and have some mutual friends. I've talked to him about the A situation and he admits he made a lot of mistakes and is a better person now. However, if I so much as mention B to A, she flips out and goes on rants about him. She said before that she doesn't care if I talk to him, but is 100% lying. She scowls if I ever bring him up. Am I somehow betraying my friend, or is she just being immature? I think in this case you are betraying your friend.
Okay, so the main thing that he did to A is that he ghosted her when A confessed, which I don't think necessarily came from like a evil, like, oh okay, I want to like break your heart by ghosting you. He could have just been freaked out because like he never have experience with a girl confessing to him. For me, I would feel like we shouldn't like crucify someone for doing certain things. And I do understand from A's point of view that her mouth will say, oh yeah, go ahead, I don't care. But in her heart, she knows she's upset. That is also, I feel like, a mindset of a teenager. I feel like OP is in a difficult position.
Yeah. For me, if I put myself in their shoes, right at that situation where they were 17, right, I will be mad pissed there.
You are A.
Yeah. Plus the fact that the guy like shared her private information and things like that. At that age, to me, it's a very big red flag. And when I was younger, a little bit more immature, if I don't like someone, my friend cannot like also lah. As in, must together hate ma. Sorry, as in.
No, I get what you mean though. That was me also.
We must have like
solidarity.
We cannot break this friendship.
Yeah.
When I was younger, right, if I don't like someone for legitimate reasons, which in this case I think A has legitimate reasons, and my close friend go and talk to that person, right, it's like immediate, right, to me breaking of our friendship.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be pissed, but I feel like a situation like this won't be as serious when you look back at it when you're older.
Yeah.
When you think back, you realize that all these are just like small little things that don't matter now. And if this happened like at our age, like what we said earlier in the intro, I will be fine if my friend talks to him. As long as they set the boundary there, where whatever that friend talks about to both parties, like that person I don't like and me, they don't share.
Yep.
It doesn't cross the line. Yeah, so I'm okay with it.
I will rate based on the age, which is, I think I'll give it like a 2 in terms of whether she stuck to the girl code, like quite bad. But if it were present day, then I would say like a 4. Because something similar happened to me back when I was in poly, and also like when I was already working adult. So if you compare the two, right, the one where I was working adult, I really like cannot wrap my head around like why someone would take it so bad. Like just like move on lah. Like I can be friends with like my friend and also someone who my friend dislikes. At this age, I wouldn't want friends who are like very petty and immature mindset of like, oh, you must choose between me or the other person. Because I do have friends where, let's say we used to be in one bigger social circle, and now when I meet up, they will say things like, oh, I know that you're friends with so and so, but I just want to say, then they will like bitch about my friend. Then I will listen.
That's when you know you cannot trust them.
Yeah. So, okay, I feel like it's very different if, let's say, I listen and I hear you out, especially if someone I'm friends with has like genuinely wronged you. But I don't like it when they keep pushing me into agreeing with them. Like,
Don't you think that person like very bad?
yeah, I'm like, hey, actually, what's the purpose of this catch up? We're at that age where we would like our friendships to be positive.
Yeah. I fully agree with you. Actually, my rating is exactly the same. So I wanted to rate based on like the age. So at 17, I will rate it a 2 that you did break the girl code, because at that time, friends were everything to me. No, really, like my world just friends. Like, I need my
God,
friends.
I'm imagining you as like young alien Brenda Tan.
Like, I need my friends. If I don't have my friends, I literally lose my sense of self. Like I feel like my identity has been taken away from me.
But now that we are older, I think I would rate it like a 5 actually, like a 5. Cause I have friends now who are friends with maybe people like not enemies, but like maybe people I don't really like, and I'm okay with that as long as the middle person, like the friend, right, has values though, has the right values where he or she knows how to handle situations and what is right to say and what is wrong to say. I think that's very important. It really depends on that friend's personality, because if my friend come and badmouth about the person I don't like to me, I know that she's doing the same to me. On that note, on that very sad note, we have come to the end of today's episode. That's all the stories we have for today. What was your favourite story?
My favourite is because it's like the most wholesome-ish. Is it about the dead wife?
The third one, R.I.P.
Yes!
Girl code.
I feel like it's like happy and it worked out for everyone. The one that got me the most pissed off, like I want to punch wall, is the pregnancy test one. Like that one is like high key, like psychotic behaviour.
Actually, yeah, my favourite is the pregnancy stick one.
Your favourite is the pregnancy stick?
Actually, that's my favourite story, like the most exciting
But I
story.
get really pissed off
But it's funny. Like, I feel like it can be made into a whole, like, maybe short film.
I would love to be in the group chat, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'll be like, ooh, I would like on notification for every message.
But you
that
wouldn't
come
like
in.
it if you were one of the nieces though.
I would definitely go and say in like the niece generation group chat and be like, oh, what's the tea with our parents?
Okay, so like this entire episode we've been talking about girl codes, but I do see some people actually like breaking I would say moral values and ethics. So I personally feel there's a difference.
I feel like girl code is more unspoken and different people might have different standards. But I feel like in certain situations, right, just having basic like social etiquette and morals and values, you won't even need to pull the girl code or guy code card. It's just like being a decent human being.
I agree with you that different people have different definitions of girl code. So why not we let them like contribute, you know?
Oh my god, I want to hear like their girl codes.
Y'all can share in the comments below what girl codes y'all have. And then we'll read through just to assure us that we are not crazy. And with that, thank you so much for watching this episode of ZULA Answers. If you have any other topics you want us to react to, you can leave them in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Don't be a bitch.